Susan Roberti here, and we are at the Dogtober Festival, and we are going to have the bestest time ever. If you would see, they're going to have costumes for Halloween, and they have all different kinds of people, uh, rescue people. I get so excited when it comes to this stuff. But I think you're going to enjoy the show. It's going to be pretty busy. So here we go. This is a nice day. Like I always say in every show, it's a nice day to bring the kids out.
There's plenty shelters, rescues, there's plenty things to see. It's also auction items, 50-50.
Bringing them to me one more time, ladies, Dad.
Machine.
Yeah. I love it. Oh my, look how so pretty. What an idea.
It's located over the station wall.
Blue hair. Whoa. And your name is?
April Minnick.
And how long have you been doing this, April?
Oh, I've been with Karma for about 10 years now.
Wow.
We are the coalition to adopt, rehome, and match abandoned animals.
Aren't you wonderful?
Our purpose is to bring shelters, rescues, and people involved in the animal welfare community together to share resources and let people know what's available as
Good
far as
idea.
support and where to get a dog.
Yeah. Now, if there's a flood or really bad storms or whatever, and shelter can't keep them, then what do you do?
We can provide information. We don't have an actual building. We're more of an umbrella group that provides services. So if you don't know, if you see stray cats and don't know about trap, neuter, return, we can provide information. If you want a certain dogs, like a breed-specific dog, we can recommend a certified rescue, so you don't have to go to a pet store or a newspaper. We can show you the right people.
You're like the go-to person, huh? Yeah, yeah,
I guess. Yeah, I guess we are like that.
yeah, that's it. It fulfills your day.
Yes, it certainly does. And I've met a lot of great people. There are so many passionate people involved, and not everyone has a marketing department or a development department. So what Karma does is try and provide some of that support. We have a professional photographer that comes around and will do marketing for you, and we'll let you know, hey, did you know so and so does this, or you can get towels from here. So what all the groups have to offer, they can share.
That is absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I guess it doesn't get to be the same old thing all the time. It's every day is new and special and
Well,
finding.
every animal is an individual,
I
so
know.
every story is special. And we're celebrating Dogtoberfest today, but we also have a cat rescue here, a guinea pig rescue, a visitor, and so reptiles, cats, guinea pigs. There are so many great groups out there. We like to be able to shine a light on them.
Yeah, well, I've been doing my show, Let's Talk Tail Waggers, for 22 years, going on 23 years. And Aaron and I, we go to all these little things so that people can see how wonderful it is. And bring your kids. That's what
Yes.
it's all, to bring them so they can see how important these people took time to dress these babies up.
Yeah, and each group has its own information and things they can offer. So it's great that you're out there doing that, so people can see what's going on.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful thing. I always get tongue-tied when I come to special things, and I get to meet special people like you, because it's your whole life probably, huh?
It is. It is. I started out as a volunteer in a shelter, and as I learned all the different parts, I found a little niche that I like to be a part of, and we formed our group Karma. And so now there's something to do no matter what your skill is or what your level of involvement is. A lot of people really want to support animals, but they can't go to a shelter, or they feel uncomfortable in that kind of setting. But you can do things like table at an event. You can do a fundraiser. There's so many ways to help. And that's what Karma's trying to do, is to share all this information.
And education, you don't need special education. All you need is a special big heart. Huh?
Yeah, you're going to make me cry. Yes, that's exactly it. Wherever your passion is, you can contribute and you can help in some way.
Yeah, because I know a lot of times I've talked to people and well, we wanted to go here and do this, but they told us we weren't qualified, and it's like, oh my Lord.
Yeah, and there are some places, if you want to get into something specialized, there's a little more training or education needed, but you don't have to start there. There's always a starting point for just anybody who cares.
Yeah, and you can just work your way up the ladder. Now, kitty cats, you do the kitty cats too?
Yeah, we support the local TNR groups here, which is Trap, Neuter, Return. They go out, and if you have feral cats in your neighborhood, that if you trap them and neuter them, then the cat population stays stable. A lot of people don't know how that works, and so if the population is stable, then there's only a certain amount there. If you some people just want to humanely euthanize them, but if you do that, another cat's there to take their place.
Well, it's truly a beautiful thing, trapping and you get them spayed, and they clip their little ear, and they bring them back, or you bring them back to where you found them, and then they can finish their life out, and there's no fights, and the mommies aren't having babies every 8 to 10 weeks, and the daddies aren't fighting continuously.
And that's a great point you made about the ear tipping. Feral cats, once they've been fixed, have a portion of their ear tipped or cut off. So if you see an ear that has that little tip, that's why. That's a cat that's probably had its rabies done, it's been spayed or neutered, and is safe to be in the neighborhood.
And when you trap them, as you know, they're not happy.
No.
So we're going to tell you that right now. They're not happy. But it's a wonderful thing to do that, like we're talking about, because they go, and I've been to places at the vet's place, or that they just have a line and they give them a shot, a sedative, and then they check their feet and cut their toenails. They one other person slide them down side, and they get them all any boo-boos or whatever, and at the end they get their shots, and then back into their cage that they came, and then the people can take them back to where they find them, and when they wake up, there they go.
Yes, and a lot of the cat groups in Pittsburgh here they have mobile units that will go into places that are far out. They have clinics. You can look on the Karma website, or just send us an email at info@karma, which is CARMAA-petadoption.com, and we can answer your question. If you're able to trap, you can trap. If you're not able to, there's a group that will come and do it usually. So there's so much information and so many answers out there if you just know where to look.
If you know where to look. And we trap them up on Industrial Boulevard where I live, behind the garages back there. And I'll tell you, it made us feel so good. We all got together and got tuna fish and, put in the and they came at night and we went up and got them and they hissed. But when we brought them back, all the screaming at night and all the horrible, mean thing, it was over, because the boys don't care about the fighting and the girls can just go be.
Right. It's a responsible way to deal with that population.
Yeah, and you don't have to kill them because they keep the mice down. There are reasons. So, they should have never been left go, at an awful place behind a garage, But at least they're going to be okay.
Wherever it started from, you can be a part of the solution and keeping them in balance in the neighborhoods.
Yeah, and did you ever hear about the numbers? Sometimes the numbers are outrageous.
Yeah, you can look online for studies and how many are spayed or neutered, how many litters can be prevented, because you could have a ridiculous amount. And so that's all controlled and monitored, and there are people out there that have dedicated their lives to helping.
Oh, well, you've dedicated I'm so happy to meet you, truly.
Oh, it's so nice to meet you.
You truly are a good spirit. You really love the animals like I do, like Aaron does, and we will do anything in the world, and in meeting people and talking with them. That's what my show's about, is to educate people.
Right.
This is where you go, this is who you talk to. And mom and dads should bring their kids to this kind of little...
Right.
It's amazing.
Yes, we try to make our events kid-friendly so that they can learn at whatever is appropriate at their age. They can learn about helping. Volunteering.
Yeah, well, that's a nice thing. But the dogs get along so well. They walk around and nobody's pushing other dogs in anybody's face and that. Now, what kind of animals do you have?
I have a little more than the limit, so we'll talk about. I have 2 of my own from a shelter, and then I also volunteer for both French Bulldog Rescue and Boston Terrier Rescue, and have a current foster for each of them right now.
The French Bulldogs are just...
They're clowns, aren't they? They're the best.
They're the best.
I know that they're popular right now, so it's great that French Bulldog Rescue is here educating people about what it takes to own a Frenchie. A lot of times people... of course, want them because they're cute, but there's a lot more responsibility as far as their medical needs. A lot of them have allergies and need special diets. And so we ask breed rescues to come to these events. So if you're considering, say, a Frenchie, you can come and talk to the people that know everything about them and that can guide you in making a good choice.
Now, see, there is a reason for everything. And people get their dog because they think it's cute, and that's another thing that I preach and preach and preach. Don't go down and let's go down to Humane Society to get a puppy, bring it home, and then you get bored, and then you have to go somewhere and you throw it down the cellar and close the door and go. They have to be your life. And I'm not exaggerating like they have to sit at the kitchen table or anything like that. But you really have to understand you're taking something on for 10, 13 years if you get a puppy.
And that's such a good point. If you go to a shelter or rescue, a lot of them have been in foster, and people know about the animal and can say it's a good fit for you. Because maybe you want a small dog because you're thinking it's less work. Well, go talk to the Yorkie Rescue about how hard it is to house train a little dog. And if you have small children, sometimes a sturdier dog, like a mixed breed that you get at a shelter, that's been tested and knows how to act around children and doesn't have problems,
Right.
that would be a good fit for you. Shelters are great for saying, hey, have you thought about this? Because you may not have.
Yeah, well, I think it's nice for older people like myself. We just had a friend of the family. They had a big old mutt dog, just a big old dog, you know.
Yes.
And he was 16, and they had to put him down. And they're in their 80s, and they were just devastated, you know, because what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And his wife said, let's go down to the Humane Society and get an old dog. And they went down and got an old Chihuahua.
Yes.
And she wanted to bite his face off.
They can be spirited.
Oh, yeah. But now it's love, love, love. Just love, love, love. And if you say, how's the dog? Oh, he just goes on
And
and on.
senior dogs, a lot of times they want to just sit on the couch with you, and they don't need a whole lot of entertainment. Because sometimes people don't realize how much time a dog would need when they're getting a dog. So if you have a slower lifestyle and want somebody who cuddles, an older dog can be a great choice.
I think so. I think so. I'm at the point now, I have kitty cats. I've always had 3 and 4 dogs, you know. But now I can't go walking anymore or whatever, and they need to get out and go walking every day. So I have 2 kitties, and they're just my everything, you know. And they're just as funny and do the crate. I was in the hospital, and they put one of those riding chairs, you know, so I can go downstairs, upstairs, and there's always one of them waiting on the seat. I have to pick it up, and I call my chair Lulu. And up I go with the cat, and they look all around, you know.
Oh,
but they took to that chair just like 1, 2, 3. But I love them. I genuinely love them, and they no matter what happens, they always wag their tail. Dogs, no matter how people are mean to them. They find them, like they found all those dogs that were all 100 was in that house, and they're carrying them out, and every one of them are wagging their tail. It's thick and skinny, and every one of them is wagging.
It really tugs at your heart, the bond and the connection that you can have with an animal. There's nothing like it.
And the forgiveness.
Yes.
You know, that dogs have great forgiveness. They really do. Well, I love you, and I am so glad that we came today, and I'm so glad I got to meet you. And if there's anything that BPTV or Let's Talk Tail Waggers can do for you, give us a call, and we'll be there.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Being able to talk about what I love, I could do it all day.
I know. I told you. You can't say anything wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I call people up on the phone and say, hey, would you like to do a show? What do you mean a show? Not, tell them about my show. And they'll say, well, what am I going to talk about? And I said, talk about your dog that you love or your cat, whatever. And they'll say, yeah, but 30 minutes, that's a long time. And I tell them, no, it isn't.
Not when you start. Not when you start.
Once you sit down and start talking, and every time, the hundreds and hundreds of shows I've done, and they'll go, oh, we mean we're done already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I can't thank you enough for coming down here and giving us
I can't thank you
some
enough.
time.
Yeah. Tail Waggers thanks you. We really do.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you are so special. If you only knew. And thank you for your time. And that parade was.
Oh, isn't it? Don't
I know.
people go all
I'm gonna. It's here to cry when I.
I know. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I know. Because they're loved. So I love you, and please promise if you ever need anything that I can come and we can do a show for you somewhere or something, let me know.
Thank you, I will.
We'll be there. Thank you, sweetheart.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start the prayer here in about 1 minute, so gather around and we'll do the blessing of the animals. you give me some slack.
She needs some snack there.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for having me. My name is Brad Childs from Pittsburgh Aviation Animal Rescue Team, and I am also your ordained minister for the day. We pray for the animals here today that they live a long, happy, healthy, and full life. May they live in a place filled with warmth, tender caring, good food, and true companions for all of their days. We pray as owners we show patience and love, especially when they are new to our homes. We pray that our pets are part of our family, and we pray that when life brings changes upon us, that we remember and consider our commitment to them. We pray for those animals who are suffering as a result of our neglect, and we pray to eradicate all suffering in the animal world. That compassion triumph over apathy, and that love triumph over despair. We pray for all animals who are lost or homeless, who live as strays, that they may find a good meal to eat and have shelter and comfort to keep them warm and dry. We pray that they are shown kindness by strangers and that they return home or find good homes. We pray for the courage to stay with them until the end, that we have the strength to hold them as they draw their final breath. We pray for all animals who have passed, that their suffering is over, their pain is gone, and that they are at peace. We pray that we can heal from this loss and give our love to another who is in need. We give thanks for the gift that is our pet, albeit not for long, and we pray that we let them show the love they want to show us. We pray for these animals gathered here before us today. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to gather around, we're going to do the individual prayer of your dogs. You feel free to line up over here, just give a nice line, and we'll go ahead and take it as individuals. Thanks for having me once again.
Your name is?
Danielle DeSantis.
And how long have you been doing this? Probably forever.
I actually have been doing this for about 4 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a teacher by day, so I teach high school art, and I kind of do this as like my side business.
Well, we're going to watch you.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I'm painting this one right here next to me. Actually, the people at the booth next to me, they
Call me.
call me.
long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this this is my second year. I've been here, this is my second year here.
This is a very nice name.
Thank you. My name is Tiffany Eckhart.
It's a very nice idea.
Thank you. They're all handmade. They're non-toxic.
And so they're safe for everybody, safe for people and dogs, especially. Beeswax, yep.
That's important.
It is, keeps the bees going.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You got a card?
I do have a card.
Guess what? It's that time, the time I hate. We have to say goodbye. This has been number one. The people worked so hard, and there are so many different organizations here. And I wish you could have come down and seen all the dogs with their costumes. They're just so precious. Don't forget, like I'm looking over at Hello Bully, don't forget your humane societies. They need money, but sheets and towels and blankets are so very important. And I thank you for all your lovely words and kind things that you say to me when I'm out and about. And most of all, I love you, and thanks from all the tail waggers.